All right, hello everybody. Thank you again for tuning in. Today we have a pretty old Dell, I believe it's an Inspiron. It is an Inspiron 530. It came with Vista on it by way of the sticker there, and it has a Core 2 Duo. We did a Core 2 Duo not that long ago, so we're doing another one. But this is a regular size case. It's not a slim line. So let me give you a tour, and then we'll tear it down and see what it's like on the inside. Here we are with the tour. There it is, an Inspiron 530. CD-ROM drives. I believe it only has one in there. Yes, one. This one is empty. No drive in there. A little bay there. Ooh, a multi-card reader. 4 USB ports on the front, and you have your audio ports. Nothing is there. That's a blank. It does have some indication there as to what, 1394, but it's blank, so it does not have FireWire. There's that pretty Dell logo. I'm not sure what happened to that. Power button. Those are not USB ports. Those are just an air ventilation. Windows Vista, Intel Core 2 Duo. The side here, nothing special other than the Dell logo. In the back, we have power supply at the top. There's the service tag, if you like, VGA, 4 more USB ports, Ethernet, and 6 audio ports. And again, if you go to use it just with regular speakers, you're going to want to use the green one. We have a modem at the bottom, so that gives you some indication on the age. The other side panel here is just Dell. The top here just has the Windows sticker in that, the service tag and information on that little sticker there. So there's our tour, because we are back around to the front. So now let's open it up. Get the cover off here. Again, see what we have. Oh, dusty. All right, it's probably the dirtiest one we've done yet. Get a look in there. I'm going to give you a closer look now as well. Okay, here's a look inside this system. Wow, pretty interesting. Has the hard drive mounted here underneath this plate. Let's get the front cover off here. See if that gives us any. Ew. Okay. Certainly some dust bunnies there. Nothing alive, luckily, but definitely dirty. Well, the front of this, a bit dirty also, but again, not the worst we've ever seen. Let's get the hard drive out first, since that's kind of right there in our way. What was it? Get the power disconnected and the SATA connector. See what we have here. Oh, another Western Digital Green 500 gigabyte. And I think I told you before what I thought of the green drives. They did not last. Let's, you know what, let's pull the fan off the back here, because that's going to impede our motherboard removal eventually. So let's get this out of the way, if I can. It's not being the nicest to me. There we go, we got that out of there. Again, pretty crusty and dirty. All right, let's disconnect some cables here. Interesting, this cable here on the card reader does not come out. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. Just extra cable. The back of the CD-ROM drive here, get that disconnected. Let's pull the CD-ROM drive out. All right, it is a DVD RW. See that there? Ooh, really dirty. November of 2007. I think you can see that on there. And it is a DVD rewriter from HL Data Storage, November 2007. Let's see if there's a disc in here. Nope, no disc. All right, let's pull the RAM. There's 4 sticks of RAM in here. That could be interesting. Well, that just flew right out of there. Get the other 2. Okay, they are not matching set. See what we have. Wow. Will those match? Do these match? Yes, they do. Okay, so if you can see that, the top pair is Kingston, the bottom pair is ProMOS, it looks like. 1 gig on the bottom and 1 gig on the top, so 4 gig of RAM total of this, and it is PC2 5300U. So 4 gig. All right, let's get the power supply out of here. Oh, it has a cable, a zip tie holding it on here. Well, it's holding it onto the power supply. I don't have to cut that. Well, that was pretty easy. Let's get the, yeah, that's that. All right, let's get the screws out of the back here, if we are able. Nope, it does not slide forward. Guess why? Because there is a tab right there. Don't know if you can see it. We'll see it once we pull the power supply out, but you have to push that down and it unlocks the power supply and then you can pull it out. There's those tabs. Oh, there was 2 of them. I did not realize that until after I pulled it out, but it locked it in there pretty well. So here's the power supply, AC Dell manufacturer. You might see the wattage, even though I don't. See 240 volt output. Oh, right there. All right, what are we ready for? I think we're, oh, let's get the modem out of it. There's a screw here above the expansion bay ports with a little clip like this on it. Now we can get that modem out. There's a modem. Wow. I wonder what speed it is. It doesn't matter though, but maybe you can see that there if you care. I'm not going to spend much time on it, but there's a modem. All right, let's get the processor heatsink off. Look at that, that's a big one. We have some screws here for the fan. Let's do that while we're right here. Hopefully I got this in view here for you. One right there. Did that do anything? Yeah, oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's been around the block a few times. Interesting how it's catty corner on there. I'm not sure why they did that, but they did. There's your heat sink. Here's the fan. Now there are small screws right here. Get the fan out. I'm just going to do that while I'm right here. Finally, this is trash. This is a dirty fan, but a fan nonetheless. All right, let's get these extra cables out of there. Let's get this heat sink off of there. That looks fairly easy to do. There, we've done that previously as well. And let's get the processor out. Ugh. I think you can see that. That is beyond crusty. And from the front, see if it's actual true. It is a Core 2 Duo, I believe. Yep, I see it there, Core 2 Duo. All right, let's get the motherboard out. I didn't forget about the one underneath the RAM socket thing there. Almost did that one. And there should be one more over here. Let's get these cables disconnected. Is there one in this corner? No. So where's the one holding it in? Yes, there is one over here somewhere. Underneath that bit of dust right there. All right. Oh, another. All right. There's the motherboard, a bit dirty and dusty. Let me give you this view of it. There's the model number and everything. Capacitors so far look okay. Yeah, I don't see any bad ones. It's just really dirty. Up, right there. These two. Wow. They're even, well, they got a marker on them, I believe, after testing. Dell would do a capacitor test. Because they had so many problems with capacitors, they would burn them in or do a run test, and then they'd have a technician go and put a marker over each of the capacitors to show that they weren't bulging. Now, these are bulging now. I'm confident they were not bulging at the time of manufacture, but we have 1, 2 here that are bulging really bad, and it was right around this port, so could have affected a lot of things, either something on that port or who knows where. But all the other capacitors appear to be okay. Nothing special on the back, except for maybe that information there if you're curious. But yeah, definitely dirty and dusty. We'll get the battery out maybe. I'll do that later. But anyways, there you go. The case. Oh, let's get this reader off of here. I don't see any screws holding it on. Oh, the screws are on the side here. Look at that. I think that's in view. Oh, that came right out. Goes down. There you go. There's a multi-card reader. We pulled the cable out earlier. And now, let's see, we have this. You know what, let's pull that out. There's just one screw there for that. And all these cables here are able to come out then, I believe. There you go. We got that whole piece. There's the FireWire port that didn't exist. That tells me you could have bought this model with a FireWire port, but it did not have one. This model did not have one. Then we just have the case. Empty shell. Okay, let's see what we have besides a lot of dust and dirt. We have dirty motherboard. There's the inside back of the front cover. That's just going to get thrown away. Let's see. Oh, power supply. You know what? Let's cut the cables off first. Then we'll open it up for fun. These cables, they had it. I'm getting dirty. Dell had these zip tied to itself from the manufacturer, which is interesting. I know it's zip tied right there. Huh. Interesting. All right, well, let's get this off. Oh, 2 left. Okay, there's that. Now I'll take you to the other camera to open up the power supply. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. Let's see how it opens up. Oh, there's two here. But none on that side. So this tells me it's like a clamshell almost. Wow, look at that. A lot of dust. Again, a lot of, oh, there's some bad capacitors in there. Hopefully you can see those. Right there, two of them. They're bad, they're bulging. None of the other ones seem to be. But it's definitely really dusty, dirty. Interesting, it's got a plastic cover there. But yeah, there's the inside of a old dusty, what do we say, 150 watt power supply. Well, let's cut these off. All right, so that's trash. Let's put the power supply kind of back together here just so it stays that way. Trash. So there's our cables, modem, fan, all of it. There you go. Well, there it is. Another quick teardown, just for recycling. And we'll see what we get. Again, we're a few weeks away from going to the recycler with all of these. So watch my other videos and we'll see what it all comes to. I'll show you the buckets here, one of these videos as well, because they're getting full, but I need to get this done pretty quick. So that's all she wrote. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.